Hello, welcome to Toby's Freedom. It is the 20th of September, 2024, and we're gonna still continue in talking about the supposedly Roskilde accident where I was. I was at the supposedly, allegedly accident in 2000. That's 24 years ago, and it was one of the first big major psyop or hoaxes or false flags or whatever. Scripted or orchestrated events. So if you don't agree with me, don't watch this video. Maybe it's too much for you. Maybe you have too much ego. Maybe you have too much pride. Maybe you think I'm crazy. Maybe you think I'm insane. Maybe I should put my tinfoil hat on and be crazy. And maybe I don't have any empathy. I have empathy, but I don't have empathy when I talk about news articles or news stories. I don't. I'm a strong person, and I don't really care if I step people on their toes. Really, we need to do some more activism. If we don't do it, nothing will ever happen. Well, and I think the story got more interested when I found out yesterday that one of the so-called victims, supposedly victims, his name is James Anthony Hurley. And if you've seen the TV show Lost, there's a guy or character on the show called Hugo Hurley Reyes, and he's the one who wins the lottery, and he's a get all these coincidences, and he's a unlucky guy, and he comes to the island and all that. So if you're a huge fan of Lost, please go ahead, watch the video, because I'm not gonna say anything bad about it, but I'm a huge Lost fan. I love the show. I've seen it multiplied times. I've seen it so many times. I wish they would make a reboot or a continuing show of it. It was sad that it ended, but this guy or character is Hurley, played by Jörg Garcia, and he's also in Once Upon a Time, and there's a TV show about the prison Alcatraz. He's also in that. Yeah, he's been in a bunch of things. And Weezer made an album about the character Hurley. If you don't know that, it's very interesting. I'm a major movie, TV show, music buff person. Very interesting. I mean, you can call this predictions because Lost started 4 years after the accident of Roskilde. And it's queasy. Is that what the Canadians say? Queasy. It's crazy. That there's a guy who died. His name is Hurley. Isn't that a coincidence? I don't think so. And Lost was 4 years after the accident. And it is weird that that 9 men died, no women died. I mean, are women not supposed to be more fragile than men? I mean, there was 24 people injured, or was it 23? I can't really remember the number, but this guy James Anthony Hurley. Let's try to find a picture of him. Let's see here. Interesting. And he's from Melbourne, of all places. I know there's some people from Melbourne who follow my YouTube, so it's kind of interesting that he's from Melbourne, Australia. I also heard that Melbourne is like one of the most restriction cities at the COVID lie back 2020. We only had it for 2 years. Some countries had more, maybe three years extended. I don't know, maybe 4. I don't know. I don't know if there's a picture of him. I guess not. Very strange, huh? There's no picture of him. There's no pictures of this guy, James. Here he is. Here is. Is that his grave, or is that a different? That's a different Hurley. Kinda weird, huh? Is this the one? Nope. Ah. The funny thing is about the Danish Jakob Folke Svensson and what's his another name? Leonard Tobias Nielsen and this Alan Magwai. I don't think their graves are official. I think they were buried. If the tragedy was real, these so-called victims were buried in secret, you know? And that's the funny thing, because it was a major tragedy in Denmark 24 years ago. And so I would read some about Hurley, and I'm gonna do gematria, Jewish gematria numerology, because the connection with Hurley, the character, or Jörg Garcia is interesting, and some of the numbers are right, so I'm gonna do that. So I think this will be the last video I'll be doing on the Roskilde accident. I don't think I can find anything else information on it. I think the information died. There's nothing new on the case. Excuse me, the tractor outside. Excuse me, the noise. I don't think there's gonna be new information, and they're not gonna crack the case. They're never gonna declassify the case. This case is over. They will go with the official story forever. They're not gonna change it. So and again, my perspective of view is that it's I can say it again. It's a sales trick done by Pearl Jam for selling more albums. It's assurance scam, assurance fraud. So these people fake their death to get the assurance money. Donation scam to also get the donations. More control, more security over all of the festivals all over the world. Not only Roskilde but others. When you go to the Roskilde, there's a pit with a fence up in the pit up front. You have to stand in line to get inside this pit. And this pit is closed, it's locked, so you can't just... They made this, it was purpose of getting more restrictions and more rules for festival audience. That's it. You see, there's always an agenda. Always. So, Hurley Anthony James, born the 1st of February 1976, died. This is false information. Or is it? I think he was one of the last ones who died, so it should be right, because the accident was June the 29th and 30th. Maybe he died supposedly some days after. Our firstborn and cherished son Anthony entered eternal life on July 5th, 2000. The tragedy of his sudden death in Roskilde, Denmark, almost stopped for the world us. Mercifully, his peaceful and tranquil passing has helped us to fix our deep love for him on the many joyful memories he has left us. Anthony's determined pursuit of his dreams, his adventurous spirit, his love of people, and the joys of living continues enrich and inspire our lives. Go gently, unhappy, smiling, our love forever, Mom and Dad. Marie and John Hurley, to our dearest, and you can't even count on the names are real, you can't even count on that. It could be actor names. It could be given to them. To our deepest brother, and words cannot describe what we are feeling at the moment. We love you so much. We are blessed with a life for 24 years. You have given us countless happy memories which will stay with us through our lives. You lived 7 months of your dream, and we will never forget the way you got so much out of your life and left such an impression on so many people around the world. We always looked up to you, our big brother. We thought you knew everything. And while you didn't know anything, you sure know a lot about life living to the full. From you, Anthony, we can all learn so much about ourselves and you, and be in our memories and hearts and souls forever. You weren't just a big brother, but a friend too. We will miss you, infectious laugh, interesting humor, the joy you brought to our lives. You were the life of our party. Love always, your sisters and brothers, Michelle, Rebecca, and Damien. Donations in Anthony. You can see here it comes. This is fear porn. This is fucking fear porn. You know? Oh, we have to be so sad. We have to put it on Facebook and write rest in peace. Oh my God, it's so terrible that 9 people died. Blah, 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 blah. We don't even know the story is fake or real. Donation in Anthony's memory will be gratefully accepted by Heart Foundation. Can you see already here? There's a donation scam here. You can see it. Please see letter newspapers for funeral details. So they had a so-called funeral for this supposedly actor, crisis actor, en kriseskuespiller in Danish. And let's look at the numbers. Let's look at them. The coincidence or combination between Hurley on Lost, The show made by J.J. Abrams that had premiered 4 years after the supposedly accident in Roskilde, Denmark. Nobody has done this research. I'm the one who has been going the longest. Russian Vids haven't even done this. Zachary K. Hubbard hasn't even done this. So you'd be surprised. Let's look at the numbers. Let's first look at this character, Anthony James Hurley. And again, I'm not a good decoder. Some numbers I can see and some numbers I can't. The big numbers I have problems with, actually. So if you want to tease me or bully me, go ahead. Go ahead, make my day. I don't give a shit. I'm trying my best here. And let's see here what Hurley gives in gematria. Hurley. And you can spell it. You can spell it. You can only spell it that way. You can spell it in another way also. Hurley. You can spell it like that. Hurley with a Y. 24. And what was his age again? 24. Hurley spelled another way is 24. 24. Toby, that's just a coincidence. And 33. Freemasonry. Their code. 24 again. 33 again. And Lost. Lost is 24. James Anthony Hurley is 20. He became 24. Isn't that amazing that Lost is 24 in gematria numerology? 24, 24. Jörg Garcia. Jörg. Jorge. I don't know how to pronounce it. Jorge. Jorge. Garcia. Jorge. And let's see, 2000. He died the 5th of July. The 5th of July. $2,000. The accident happened the 29th of June. Let's look it up. I'm not kidding. Look, Roskilde Festival, 29th of June to the 2nd of July. It started the 29th, it ended the 2nd. So you can say the 29th and the 30th it happened. We'll go along with the 2 dates. So I'm partly right. And here's Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. '29. '29. Let's try in Danish. 29 again. 24. James Anthony Hurley was 24. It's a coincidence, isn't it? It's a coincidence. It's queasy. It's queasy. He's queasy. J.J. Abrams. J.J. I think he's spelled that way. I'm not sure. Abrams. 24. If it's spelled correctly. Let's look it up. J.J. J.J. Abrams. I think he's Jew. He's a Jew. He looks like a Jew. Abrams. So I'm right here. I'm right. So 24 again. $15-20 minutes. Minuter. We have 15. It's a coincidence. It's a coincidence. $15 minutes. Precise 20 years ago. This guy is a fucking sellout puppet. Bo Nordstrøm Ville. He's a fucking puppet. 15 again. And 20. At the 20-year anniversary. J.J. Abrams. And the Lost was in 2004. 666. Number of the Beast. Here you go. Oh, my phone. I have to turn it off. Excuse me. And The director of the festival is named Leif Skov. He's not there anymore. Leif Skov. 15 again. 15 minutes. The tramp will happen in 15 minutes. Leif Skov. Leif Wood. Skov. Skov. Let's look at him. He went on pension. He stopped after the festival accident. There he is. Leif Skov. He's still alive. He's still around. And let's read some more. I don't know if this is too much. According to the report in the Socialist Press, the death toll from the Roskilde Festival in Denmark held the 29th July to the 2nd July has now reached 9. Australian news agency reports that the 24-year-old Anthony James Hurley of Melbourne passed away July the 5th as a result of chest injuries he has sustained when fans surged toward the stage during Pearl Jam's performance. 8 concert-goers died of suffocation at the show. A 20-year-old concert-goer fell 18 feet to his death during the 4th of July performance of the investigation. The incident, which they're currently calling a questionable death, and yet to conclude whether Martin Moss, chief intentionally jumped from the 5th story of the stadium's I think this is 2 stories in one. It's accidents. I only just wanted to read about Anthony James Hurley. So, but let's look up Melbourne. Melbourne. I've never been to Australia. Melbourne. Didn't they have the Olympics some part of the time? Melbourne. 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 Mel is born. Australia. Let's write down under. Australia. Is that spelled right? I guess not. Australia. Australia. Let's copy it. Copy and paste. Can't see any numbers here. Australia. And J.J. Abrams. Lost. And his name is Hugo. 24 again. Hugo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow! Here we go with the 29s. He's born the 29th of December 1978. The fictional character Hugo Hurley Reyes. 29 again. And let's look up when Jörg Garcia is born. Jorge. He's born the April 28th, 1973. '73. Interesting. And 29th of December 1978. 666. Again, 666. 666. And the numbers. Number is 29. Let's look at Hugo. 29 December. 29 again. It's totally connected, huh? And 26, all the victims from the Roskilde Festival were 17-year-old to 26. Don't forget that number either. It's queasy! It's queasy! It's queasy! 26. 15 minutes. I know it's in Danish. I'm translating it. 15 minutes of fame. Here's Jorge Garcia. And the plane is Oceanic. Ocean. I don't know how to spell that. Oceanic. Oceanic flight 815. The numbers. I love Lost. I love it. And do you also know what Lost also predicted? Malaysian Airways. Oceanic. Oh, we have some big numbers here. Oceanic flight. And let's look at the date calendar. Let's compare. I know Hugo Reyes Hurley has never lived, but let's just compare it. James, the death date, not the birth date, but he died the 5th of July, and that's the 7th month. Seven, and the 5th day in 2000. I don't think Hurley's death date is in here. Well, his age is 32. So we just go with the date. And that's the 12th month and 29th and 1978. Way back. Here it is. Let's look it up. 21 years, 189 days, 21 years, 6 months, 6 days, 21 years, 27 weeks, 0 days, 258 months, 6 days, 1,122 weeks, 5 days, 7,859 days. And you can see 32. I compare it, James Anthony Hurley and the character Hurley on the show Lost, Jörg Garcia, 32, and his character is 32 years old. Up in your face. 32 again. 32, 32. 29, he's born the 29th. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 9, 7 plus 8 is 29. Wow, it's amazing you can connect it, huh? I don't think this guy, James Anthony Hurley, he never lived or existed. I don't think these 9 people really lived. Or died. Because if they really died, how come there isn't no official funeral? And why do they have a memorial stone on the festival? There's no record of official grave nowhere. That's pretty suspicious, isn't it? It's one of the hugest tragedies in Denmark's history, and they have no officially grave site. No, they were all burned. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It really is bullshit. You can see the numbers. The numbers don't lie. 32, 32, 29. I'm not gonna go into the Malaysian Airways now. I'm gonna do that on a different video. It's too much. It's too much for the meatball Danes. They are asleep. Shh. The meatball Danes are sleeping. Shh. And then you have to wake them up. Actually, Lost is one of my favorite shows of all time, actually. And I still watch movies and TV shows just for the fun of it, and entertainment and predictive programming. And for the first time in a century, I can say this: I hate predictions. I know I predicted that I give my views on movies and TV shows, etc., etc. But I hate saying this will happen in the future, this happened in the past, and this is 100% real. James Anthony Hurley was a predicted character to predict Lost. That was 4 years after. This is a fucking prediction. You know? The numbers don't lie. They're right up in your face. Oh my god, people are brain dead. Oh, they died, they trampled. Oh, it's so sad. And the police doesn't want me to look at the case. They don't want me to get access to the case. Do you know why? Because it's a fucking false story. And they don't want me to look at the autopsies also, because there is no autopsies. That's the most strange of it. There is nothing. There is nothing on it. Let's go back. I have to do one more. Let's do Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder. Hate these commercials in the bottom. I hate them. Eddie Vedder. Eddie. Interesting. And he's spelled with, I think he's spelled in this way. Eddie Vedder. With a V. Eddie Vedder. And he's 59 years old now. Eddie Vedder. From Pearl Jam, he also made the music for Into the Wild. Very good movie. I loved it. I liked it. With Emil Hirsch. Vedder. Whoa, he's 59. Wow, what a coincidence. Vedder. And he's born in December, the 23rd December 1964. Wow. 26 again. 17 to 26 year old died. 26. And we have 32 again. Hurley, the fictional character, was 32. Reyes, Hugo. Numbers. Eddie. And we have 23. He's born the 23rd. Wow. 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 1964. Gematria numerology is a scam. It's a scam. It's a Jewish scam. It's satanic. Oh my god, people are so stupid. And he's turning 60. 2020. I don't know what that gives. Og 20. December. No, there's nothing here. You know, Eddie Vedder. Again, I say it again. He laughed his butt out when he stood on the stage. If I find the clip, I can't. You have to be very aware and look up on the stage on the orange scene. And there's more gematria to it because Eddie Vedder has Pearl Jam. They had an album called 10. I remember this in my head. And they performed 10 years after in Berlin. But Michael Berlin is one of the friends of Jakob Folke Svensson. And Berlin in gematria is 33. Berlin, like the band Berlin, Take My Breath Away, was in Top Gun. And Michael Berlin, Michael is 33. And 23, Eddie Vedder was born the 23rd of December. Michael Berlin. You can spell it in two ways. Six, 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 6, 6. I have wrote to Michael Berlin and asked him what happened. He never wrote back. He never wrote back on Messenger or either Instagram, so he's a fucking coward. Fucking bastard. Let's see here. Pearl Jam. Pearl. Pearl is 24, like James Anthony Hurley was 24. Pearl Jam. Jam. 6, 6, 6, 6. And they have an album. Let's look at Pearl Jam's albums. Pearl Jam 10. They have an album called 10. And they performed Pearl Jam preformed in Berlin. Pearl Jam performed 2010, 10 years after the accident. I'm not gonna show you the video because there is probably copyright on the music. There you go. You can't lie on it. They have an album called 10. They performed in Berlin 10 years after. Berlin is 33 in Gematria. The character from Roskilde Festival, or the crisis actor, Michael Berlin, friend of Jakob Folke Svensson. Let's look him up. Michael Berlin, Roskilde. Michael Berlin sat in his camp with his best friend Jakob Svensson, few hours and meters from the festival's main entrance orange scene. Here he is, like 20 years after. Oh, you have to pay to, but there he is. Here it is with the beard. Don't see the documentary. It's propaganda at your best. So the numbers don't lie. Orange is 33. Let me show you. 33 in Gematria. I'm on fire here. 33, the Freemasonry code. The 33% fallen angels. I don't believe in that. I'm not a religious person, but the numbers are fascinating anyway. Freemasons are religious gammas. They believe they're not Satanists, no, and they believe in God. Satan and the devil is in the Bible. It's the same lie or entity. So I think the numbers are just fascinating that you connected. I don't think the Freemasons are anything. I think they're puppets on a string. But orange stage or orange scene is 33. There you go. Eddie Vedder was born the 23rd of December, 1964. Orange stage. I don't know. Orange scene. Let's copy it. Copy. You know, that scene used to be Rolling Stones scene. It's a gift for the festival. Scene. '26 again. Again. And stage, scene. Orange. Staged. Orange staged. Staged. Eddie Vedder is 59 now. 2 59s. Staged. 29 again. Hurley's character from Lost. Born the 29th of December 1978. 29 again. 24. James Anthony Hurley was 24 when he died. The victims was from 17 to 26-year-old men. 26. And the album 10 from Pearl Jam. 17 here. 17 to 26-year-olds. 33 again, the Freemasonry Code. 15 minutes of trampling on the Roskilde Festival. And 10 years after, in 2010, they performed in Berlin. 2010, Berlin. Eddie Vedder is born the 23rd of December. You can see you can add numbers. I'm not lying. And let's take the 30th of June. The 30th of June. And Danish. Go. '59 again. 30 in Danish. Eddie Vedder is 59 years old. And it happened in June. And we have 23 again. Eddie Vedder was born in December 23rd. And June. 17 again. You see, you can't make this bullshit up. It's all plan ahead event. This guy is an actor. He's a crisis actor. Jakob Folke Svensson is an actor. James Anthony Hurley is an actor. It's all made up bullshit. More fear-mongering. More fear porn. Getting you afraid of going to the concerts. More control, more security. Insurance scam, insurance fraud, donation scam, donation fraud. That's it. There's Jörg Garcia again. Jorge. Pearl Jam. And here's Orange Stage. Actually, they don't use it anymore. They have a different stage now. So, I haven't been back since 2007. So, that was my last year. So, that's it. And I don't think there's more numbers. This is one of the few stories I can remember all of the numbers in my head, almost. But the one with James Anthony Hurley, that was a new one for me, and I was very surprised that his name was Hurley. So, because I'm a huge Lost fan. So, yep, that's it. And take care, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.